Shalom, one more thing. I just forgot it on the last one. It always comes when I'm done. So, might as well make it into one big thing. I'm going to start off by saying first, Shabbat Shalom, praises to the Most High, the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Acknowledgement to all the angels of the four pillars of the earth. Michael of the east, Michael of the east, Gabriel of the west, Raphael of the south, Uriel of the north. Ba'ashem Yahushua HaMashiach Yahweh Shai, the slain lamb. Rahu Aklum Dadash, the Holy Spirit, the Queen of Heaven. And of course, all my guardian angels and all the angels in the heavens, the names we do know and do not know. There's an order to prayer. And for every black person, or every Jew, or everyone who wants to truly know the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, because there are many gods upon the earth. I hate when people say that there's only one God. Yes, there is only one real God. But you also must acknowledge that all the fake gods that are on the earth that imitate the real God, and you must call all those gods out. And all those fake gods are all the religions of the earth are fake, imitating the one true real God. And actually all those religions are really our original spirituality, the Hebrew Israelites, the children of Israel. They just all took our religion, our spirituality, because our God had magic, and they saw the powers and the magic we were doing, and they wanted that. So instead of coming to worship our God, which is what they were supposed to do, the Lord set up his own people. See, this is the Bible. This is why I hate Christianity, because it destroyed everything. The Most High set up his own people, a race of people, Deuteronomy 9, above all peoples. He gave that people the law, the statutes, the commandments. He gave that people the magic, the powers. He gave that people the technology to build the things. He gave that people who built the pyramids this technology. He gave that people who built the ark all this technology. He gave that people who all this stuff. But that people began to use the magic to kill each other, use the magic to do all this horrible stuff, began to serve false gods and all this stuff. So the Lord said, okay, you were the people that I set up. You were supposed to bring light to the world. You were supposed to bring light to the world. But instead, you used the powers I gave you and you cast the world into darkness. So in return, I'm going to give you over to a people who are nothing but dark people, which is quite ironic because they're white. But I'm going to give you to a people who are so wicked, so vile, and so savage-like that they should show no pity upon thy children, thy old, thy young. And not only am I going to give you over to those people, I'm going to give all of your books, all of your magic, all of your laws, all of your statutes, all of your commandments. I'm going to give everything that you took for granted that I gave you. I'm going to give it to the dogs as well. This is why it says in Scripture, for I, the Lord, have provoked my people to jealousy. I provoked my people to jealousy by giving their inheritance to strangers, to dogs. This is why the white man has your religion. This is why the white man has your books. This is why the white man has your clothing, going around calling himself Jewish, wearing these things on his head that symbolizes this, which is on our head naturally. This is what he tries to imitate, this beautiful, this right here, what we have naturally because we are the Jews. This is what they're imitating. This is why the white man has not only your religion, your books, but he has you and your children. This is why. Now, the Lord said, once I do all of that, and after you serve your 400 years, because 400 years for him is 4 days. So, 400 years, 4 days. Less than that, really. Because if 1,000 years is a day, then we're not even in a full day, really, for him, for the Most High. All of this happened in half a day. 400 years, 6,000 years, plus the 400 plus the 250 in the desert under Moses, plus another 250 under the Assyrians, the Arabs, plus another 250 under the Hamites, which they were the Egyptians too, plus a 4 for the European, the Edomites. This is how often, if you read your records, you, the black race, has disobeyed and defied your father. That he has to put you in captivity 4 different times. But we didn't do what those people did in the desert. So why did we have to pay? Which brings us to our next one. Because the Lord works with generations. That's what you whites don't understand. You whites still don't understand why you have to pay. And quite frankly, I think you do. And because of that, that's why I feel you should really be put to death. Because you're not stupid. You just pretend to be stupid, which is a deflection of accountability. And he who deflects accountability doesn't deserve to live. Because the whole point of life is taking accountability. And that's how you grow and build civilizations. That's why none of the white man's civilizations grow. They get to a peak and it stops right there. That's the white man's civilization. Once it gets to that peak, it doesn't go up anymore. It starts coming down. Because he is not a spiritual person. He is a carnal, savage beast. And that's how he runs his kingdoms. And that's why they don't last any longer than 500 years. 500 to 700 years is about the average of the white man's rule. Where the Negro ruled for thousands of years. Before the white man came out the caves. Thousands and thousands of years. Because we ruled with the law, the scripture, the text, the book of the law. But then the white man went into Haiti and took the book of the law and renamed it the Bible. After he took let's take a lot of shit out. Let's take a lot of, because he pretty much emptied the book. And he put them in other books. And Hitler watched them do all this, which brings us to where we're going. Who is Adolf Hitler? When Adolf Hitler was a child, he studied his studies in Africa. He went into Africa, he went into Brazil, he went into Ethiopia, and he studied among the Negroes. That's who taught Hitler. When Hitler rose to power, he wanted to kill off the Jews. When he began to kill the Jews, because of his studies, he realized that he was killing the wrong Jews. He realized that the Negroes, the niggers, as Hitler called them, are the Jews. He realized he fucked up. So he's like, well, we're not going to come out and say that they are the Jews, because the whole point of this was to erase them anyway. So what we're going to do is, we're just going to continue to kill these people, and we're going to call them the Jews. Because America at the time was not going to let Hitler come out and say that these people are the Jews. That's why he wrote a book about it. Now, all these governments that are in power know about this man, and they know exactly what he was speaking of. And they know that he said before he died that there's going to come a time and that the God of those people is going to return their magic back unto them. And when they get their magic back, they're going to come and they're going to kill you and they're going to take you as slaves. Do not touch those people. America said, fuck that. We're America, because that's what you white folks do. We got guns. Yeah, yeah. You buck-tooth backwood hillbilly bitch. We got guns. We got the military. We got scientists and planes. And we got all this stuff. Man, we ain't got to worry about that. Hitler said, okay. America continued what she went on to do. She continued. She stopped Hitler from killing the fake Jews. And she gave those fake Jews a whole land to themselves that they can call themselves Jews. And they can begin to continue to worship the God that they stole from you. That's how that fake land of Israel came to be in 1948. Now fast forward to the end of the 400-year curse that Hitler spoke of. Now the white man's military is ineffective. His planes are destroyed, and his military is full of effeminate rainbow freaks. Where are those guns and those planes that y'all was talking about? Because now we're at the end of that contract, and that contract is for you white folks to be slaughtered and handed over to your enemies as slaves. That's the contract. That's the Bible. See, that's why you had to take it, rewrite it, and make it this inspirational happy book. Because it wasn't a happy book. Not the book of the law. It was a book on how to keep civilizations running effectively and righteously. It was a record book, a geographical map book. It was a magical book, so therefore it did all things. But you took that book, you reread it, and you added, and because you reread it, you hid it in thousands of other books, so no one can find it. If someone ever wanted to find nips and pieces of the truth, they had to go here, 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 they had to go here. They had to spend this money, they had to spend that, they had to do that. But you know what? We did it. A whole bunch of poor niggas. We did it. And we got them motherfucking books. We got your cracker ass because we got the records and you have been caught. You can't lie because the record says you have been found guilty. See, it's amazing how the Most High God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob works. So let's get deeper into this. So after you set those people up in that fake land and you allowed them to worship their fake father, their fake God, the God that they stole from the slaves, they just painted him white and changed all the writings. You begin to go around the world. This is after you went around the world and killed all those other people and brought other white people into those lands to replace those people of color that you just slaughtered all off. And this is what the book says in 1st and 2nd Kings. That the Europeans went all through the world and slaughtered off all the black people and then brought in white nations and white races from the caves to come into these lands and pretend to be those people. That's why we say the Mexican is not the Mexican. The Chinese is not the Chinese. The Irish is not the Irish. The French is not the French. The Dutch is not the Dutch. The Portuguese is not the Portuguese. The German is not the German, because the original of all those people were slaughtered. So the people you see in those regions are not those people. But the God of Israel knows who the real of those people are. So, then you had the slaves from Assyria, the Negroes that were slaves in Assyria. When they were brought over, they brought their Assyrian god with them, Islam. Talk about this is the black man's religion. No, the fuck it's not. You got that from the Assyrian. So now you have Christianity and Islam, the only two religions on the earth, because every other religion is a subproduct of one of those two. It's just like the black man and the white man are the only two races upon earth. And every other race is a subproduct of one of those two. This is why the Bible continuously speaks of the two branches. Because the only two characters that matter on this playing field right now in prophecy is the white man and the black man. The rest of you are just pawns to be used by either side at will. Because you're a subcategory of one or the two. You either come from the Negro or the cracker. If you're the European nations, the Mexican, the Hispanic, the Puerto Rican, the Italian, you all come from the cracker. The Haitian and all that, you come from the Negro. Every race on earth comes from two branches. See, it's a reason why the world is in so much confusion, because they do not have the records. They do not know how to read the records. And most of all, the Christian church has corrupted and disordered the records so badly that no one even wants to read the fucking records. No one wants to even pick up that book and open up the records. But the book tells on the cracker and all the nations that got with him to do these things, because he did not do it by himself as much as he loved to say it. The white man had lots of help to bring down God's people. So, everyone keeps saying that Donald Trump is Adolf Hitler. Well, if Donald Trump is Adolf Hitler, and Hitler knew prophecy, and Trump knows prophecy too, what do you think Trump is going to do? He's going to do the same thing Hitler did. He's going to go and he's going to kill the fake Jews. And you Christians are, well, you're in line with that, because you aligned yourself with the fake Jews. So that means you got to be killed too. And this is where those movies come from. The Left Behind movies, when I was growing up, all those, the Odyssey books and all that stuff where it talks about, oh, the Christians are going to come under persecution. This is the persecution that they're talking about. Because first of all, you serve the fallen God, and you aligned yourself with the fallen people of that fallen God. So this is actually not your persecution. This is actually the real God coming for you, just like he's coming for those people. So you Christians are going to be rounded up. As a matter of fact, it's going to be very soon, it's going to be illegal to be a Christian. You caught with the Bible, off with your head. You caught praying, off with your head. Because your false gods, the Lord said, no longer will the world worship false gods. No longer will they give my glory unto idols. No longer will they sacrifice their children unto devils. No longer. So he's going to cut it all off. Therefore, he's going to make it all illegal. And that's when it's going to begin. See, they give you a picture of it on movies and stuff, but that's just the theoretics. They don't give you the piece by piece, play by play. The Bible does that. It's on, like it's already on. Everyone can see it. Everything we spoke about. Because I've been doing this since we in 2025, since 2014. And they called me crazy. They laughed. And now them same niggas and now got a whole platform of videos talking about the same stuff. Because the Lord is not going to miss judgment for his own people either. Just because you black don't mean you going to escape judgment. You going to get judged just like the white man going to get judged. Because all of us has been judged. That's why some of us had horrible lives. I did horrible things as a child. That's why I went from foster home to foster home to foster home. And I paid for all those things as an adult that I did as a child. And I had even no knowledge. So knowledge, just because you don't know, that means nothing to the Most High God. You bitch, you still gonna pay for it. Well, I didn't know. Well, that's just too that bad. You're gonna learn today. Payment. See, that's the problem with y'all. You don't want to pay for the shit you've done. But that's what this Aquarius, Jupiter, and Saturn, that's what these planets that are among us, that are above us, that are shifting this next movement, that's what these planets are all about. They're all about judgment. That's why you see so much killing and everyone is angry and everyone is all about killing, because that's what these planets are about. They're about judgment and kill, 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 and more kill, kill, and kill again. This is going to be the generation where every record is set straight, where every lie is uncovered, and where every man who has done horrendous crimes will be put to death publicly. The whole world will watch you die. Whether it be a plane crash, whether it be a car crash, whether it be cancer, whether it be, the point is, social media, it's the new face to God. That's what's going to show his second coming. It's going to be on, the whole world is going to see it, and that's how the whole world is going to see it. So that's just the basic gist of how those fake Jews got there, who those fake Jews, because everything was all about the real Jews. Everything the white man has done, everything he's done was about the black Jews, the Negro Jews, that magic, that power. That's what he wanted, was that power. The white man is the biggest Simon Magus. Remember when the prophets were out there doing the magic and healing people, and Simon Magus came over there and said, how much you want for that? I'll buy it from you. And he said that this is not for sale. And Simon Magus said, well, fuck that. And he went around the world. You white folks, something else. He went around the whole world creating his own church to perform his own fake magic. And that's how the Christian church was established. When I came out of Christianity, I was so embarrassed on how stupid I was. I was so embarrassed on how I could be led so far astray for such a simple truth. This is why, Edom, you have to pay. You have destroyed more souls than even God himself can count. And that's your future. And this is sad for the white people. But hey, you are the children that accepted this. You are the children that voted in the Reagans and the Nixons and the Carters and the Roosevelts and the Andrew Jacksons. The people who used to bash black babies' heads against the concrete. That's what Andrew Jackson used to do. He used to pull them black babies out the womb and step on their fucking skulls. And you crackers want forgiveness? Talk about we're a violent people. All this knowledge we know, and we let you live. We let you live. Don't talk to me about violence. Because if we were that violent people, every Negro, all 45 million niggas in this country should pick up knives, machetes, hatchets, swords, and guns and go on a cracker slaughter free all around the world. That's what a violent people do. Because that's what you crackers did. And that's what's about to happen to y'all. Now that's true justice. All praises to the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Salah.